respect to security champions, then it happens in this way that they need to keep being educated, so whether it is security team educating them or they looking after, updating themselves and keeping with pace with these attacks happening from time to time. As a security team, and as a practitioner, how would you handle this, continuous education or a skill development kind of a thing for security champions, particularly when there is so much evolving, like not just the tech space, the attack space is also evolving. So how do you do that? How do you recommend that happen?
Okay, being a trainer for a few years, I can actually vouch a statement that the best way to learn something is to teach. When we build a security champion program for maybe a specific team, and if these people keep changing, right? I mean, there are new people coming in and whatnot. I've seen I've encouraged them to do it, and they started practicing it, and it was effective. Which is, if I train one individual, or maybe 3 individuals, go spreading to like 3 different departments, they started delivering these trainings internally. And by doing it, they actually create a culture of security education within the team. They don't expect of course, as security team members, we are not kind of offloading all our job to them. It might sound like that, but it's kind of cultural effect. It's kind of giving them a mindset of thinking securely, think about security whenever and whatever they do. And to do that, we need to find interest in them. And Pentest looks fancy from outside, but internally it sometimes can get bored. I'm getting too much attrition already by saying that. But what I'm trying to say is, like, if you try to preach about Pentest to developers every single time, some of them will learn and some of them will say that, hey, why should I learn it? I'm a developer. I don't want to learn about these things. They don't have interest in, and let go. But those who are interested about it, they also will have interest in the opportunities whenever they get to teach someone else. So a new security champion joining their team, or the new PM joining the team, they can educate themselves that, hey, this is how we should do testings. We are doing retest by our own. These are the tools. You should use it this way. This is how developers anyways learn internally. New frameworks come in, new test cases come in, or maybe a specific test harness they are changing to different technology or something. This is how they learn. And they have that sharing knowledge mindset in them already. We are trying to just exploit it and then feed security instead of just developers, right? It works. And continuous education is mandatory for any field, not just in security.
Yeah, I think totally. And they also take it in the right spirit. I mean, I have seen some of these education, when it's passed on, their examples might be different from what we give for a certain threat category, for example,
right,
or an attack category. But then you see how innovative they get with that. And that's really, really amazing to see over a period of time.
Yeah, I mean, things like we probably in the training maybe showing an exercise as something very plain vanilla, something like or a SQL injections with like or 1 equal to 1, sort of very vanilla stuff, which may not happen in today's modern app due to whatever framework they are using. Some of them will have their own internal security controls to prevent all those mechanisms and whatnot. But anyways, the point is, when they start teaching this internally, they can pick up real payloads that they have seen. They can pick up real vulnerable code they have seen. It's more believable, right? I mean, we used to teach people and show that, oh, this happened, this is the example, and the convincing part takes more time. It's difficult for an audience or a participant for a training to accept that, oh, SQL happens in an application, right? We need to sell it. Now the selling point is less, because they can show the code on their own app and say that, hey, see, we did wrote this code back then, which is vulnerable for excesses or whatever the attack. Easy for them to learn it, and they know these mistakes should not happen again.
Yeah, I would say it's done with a little more style, but that's a controversial statement.